that time in the day again. I've already queued for a time walking dungeon, so let's see what we get. Hopefully not freehold. What we got a choice of? Is it always 6? I'm sure it must be. King's Rest, Temple of Cesralis, Warcraft Manor, Shrine of the Storm, Ataldazar and Freehold. Some of them roll off the tongue quite nicely, and then you get Freehold. Just got back from doing bag work at the gym. I ended up doing 9 rounds instead of 8 because I had to stop it midway because I had to have a word with this lad. Ages ago, well, I think it was 2 months ago, my best mate told me that this lad had said, he's like, oh, I've just seen Oddball Mark, meaning me. And I thought, why on earth is he calling me Oddball? And I didn't see him for ages at the gym. So by the time I'd seen him, I thought it's too long passed for me to sort of say out now. And then a few days ago, my mate says to me, he's like, oh, I've seen that lad again. He said he's seen you in the gym chatting to some lass. And apparently this lad had been watching me chat to a lass, just in case I did anything dodgy, is what he told my mate. Like, what does he mean? 1, what does he mean by what would I be doing dodgy? And 2, even if I had been, there's nothing he could do to stop me. So I was in there today. I was like, did my warm-up, went on the bag. I'd just done 1 round on it, and he came in and went on the back machine. So I was like, right. Took my gloves off, put them to the side, walked over to him. I was like, now then, what's this you've been saying to my mate, chatting shit about me? And he's like, I haven't. I was like, well, Adam's told me you've said, and I mentioned the 2 things. He's like, I never said that. I was like, oh, so Adam's lying then, is he? And then you could tell he was thinking, oh shit. So he just started like mumbling. And I just warned him. I was just like, you have no reason to talk about me, because he said he'd been chatting about me in passing. I was like, you have no reason to chat about me. Don't do it again. He was like, and I just left it at that. The weird thing is, normally it doesn't bother me if people chat shit about me, because you just sort of expect it, because people who've got no lives, that's what they do. Instead of speaking about projects, speak about people. And well, I don't know what it was. I think it's because I see him as so far beneath me. It's just almost irritating. Like, normally if someone's beneath you, you see it as, well, why do you care? But it's just the audacity of it. It's like this little peon there having a go at this demon hunter. You just would not expect it, so you'd have to give him a beating like that. But that should be the end of that. And anyway, right, on to new news. We've got rid of today's little drama. Yesterday, after I logged off, I think as soon as I finished this, and I was uploading it, I seen that Blizzard and the World of Warcraft had put news out. I was like, oh, what's this? Quite a lot of different things here. And we've got news on Thursday. For us, I think it's 5 o'clock in the EU, or the UK, and 9 AM for CST, is it? I can't wait to see what that is. That should hopefully be Classic Plus. The thing is, even if it's not, just having a roadmap to know what's going on. Like, obviously, TBC is going to go into Wrath, isn't it? We know that. But what's happening with MOP? Is that going into Warlords of Draenor because people want to do Legion after? Or is it going to go into retail? Or what's the plan? Like, how far are they going to go with that? Is Classic Plus coming soon? So it's going to be intriguing. I'm going to have that as my day off from the gym. It was meant to be today, but I weirdly had loads of energy at the end of work. I have no idea why. It was just one of those days. I had like 20 minutes left to go. I was like, with my bundle, I was thinking, I feel really energetic. I have no idea why. It'd been pouring down all day, like literally from start to finish. I even had to go home to change one jacket to another, and because it was soaked, and get another pair of gloves to put on. Yeah, it was awful. But yes, really energetic. So I thought, right, I'll either go and do intervals on the bike, or I'll do some bag work. And I got home, I thought, I'll put my gloves in the bag just in case the gym's quiet, because I don't like to go on it if it's too busy, because I know how annoying it can be, the sound of it. So when I went in, it was pretty dead, so I was like, right, I'm going to do that. I've just checked the weather before I logged in. It's meant to be alright tomorrow, thankfully. It was such a nuisance, though, because they needed to use our van. I went out with a trolley and did 1 round, And then the lad I worked with went out, did a little bit of the round, walked back to the office, got the van, and I was like, right, come pick me up then about 1 o'clock, and then we'll do parcels together, because he has to go back to the office at 20 to 3. So we literally only just finished doing all the parcels by that time. So I said to him, I was like, oh, I'll jump out, do more mail, and then I'll just walk straight home instead of going back to the office. It makes it sound like I'm doing more work. I'm not really. I just don't want to go back to the office and then walk home. I just want to go straight home from my round. But we don't tell work that, do we? They'll know. They're not stupid. Well, some of them are. Right, more debris. There she is, look. Fell Reaver. I was watching Cargos again yesterday. He's one of the only people I sort of listen to in the background. And I like listening to him, but I definitely don't agree with a lot of what he says when it comes to Classic. Moaning about them not being good custodians of the game and how they need to have untouched vanilla TBC Wrath servers. I was thinking, Jesus, you don't want a lot, do you? Like, they've literally given us vanilla once and then again, and now they're giving us TBC again, and like still people aren't happy. And like people in the comments I could see moaning about Blizzard, how they don't trust them and all this lot. And it's like, I get where you're coming from to a degree, but how many other companies would actually bring back out a game that they wanted years ago, and then several versions? They wanted vanilla, they did it, TBC did it, Wrath did it, then they kept on going. People moaned that they didn't want to carry on going, so they brought out Anniversary again. Went through to TBC and vanilla. They wanted a Classic Plus. They've done Classic Plus betas pretty much in SOD and SOM, and we're going to get that as well. We're going to get a Classic Plus. Hardcore, people wanted the server of that. They gave them Soul of Iron, then they made an official server. Literally everything they've asked for, they've done. And then like he's moaning because he wants an actual vanilla server that was with nothing added, like no dual spec and all that. But it's like, what do you want from them? They literally give and give and give. It reminded me, I was thinking actually, of that scene where Dudley Weasley's got not Dudley Weasley. Not Vernon Dudley. Yeah, Dudley Dursley. Sorry, it's the gym, it's screwed with my head. Dudley Dursley's opening all those presents, and he moans because like, last year I had 37. Like, we'll get you 2 more, Poppet. We'll get you 2 more. It reminds me of that scene. Just not pleasing some people. I could play any. Right, if we only had that. If we only had vanilla. The thing with vanilla is though, it's very limited for me. Like even the last couple of days, I've already got bored of PvP. Granted, it'll be different when I play with my mate from real life. Like when we do PvP open world, I love doing that. That's probably one of the things I enjoy most actually. But say when we do AV, Warsong Gulch and whatever, that'll be alright. But on your own, it can get a bit boring. So yesterday I was in Aretha Basin on my Warlock. I was like halfway in, I thought, oh, this is boring. So I just quit. Got the deserter, logged onto my warrior, and was just in Western Plaguelands levelling up. I actually enjoy leveling more than probably anything, weirdly. I just like doing chill stuff. Like Battlegrounds I can do a couple of, but I can't do loads. I couldn't do it all day. Unless I was watching something on the second monitor. But how much are you enjoying something if you're not paying attention? Not at all, is it? Can't even remember what the original point of that was. Just keep going off on tangents. Tomorrow's going to be much better for leveling. Because I wasn't going to do today. I was going to wait until tomorrow because tomorrow's the official pre-patch, and even though this is technically the pre-patch, it's the event starts tomorrow. Look, Wind of Mysterious Fortune begins. Earn bonus experience and reputation on your adventures in Azeroth, and find mystery fortunes in the Dragon Isles and Khazar. Why can't we get those fortunes elsewhere? No one wants to level in the Dragon Isles. It's like the worst zones on the game. This channel's actually got a couple more subs last couple of days, which is nice to see. It's weird. I got I think 2 subs today on here, which it's only at like 15, but that meant more than getting, say, like 100 in the past day on the other channel. The other channel, Luminous Links, because I've start of January I've been writing like everything down, because just to sort of measure improvement in different areas. And I wrote down how many subs there were at the start of January, and I'm going to do that at the start of every month. And I think it had something like 2,186 start of Jan. We're at the 27th, and it's jumped up to 2,805, something like that. So massive improvement. I think this one was at like 7, and now it's like 15. So that's not too bad. Any improvement's still improvement, isn't it? Things seem to also snowball with everything, don't they? You'll improve, stagnate, but then there's a certain period where things just seems to jump. Like with that one video. It's weird that there's been 2 videos that have got all the subs. That one tiny short Gul'dan that I did, literally it's just... I just did this cinematic from, I think it's BFA, or was it Legion? Yeah, Legion, where Gul'dan's getting Illidan out of the prison. I was looking at him in the prison, and I just sort of like cut it and sped it up a bit because it's a bit slow in the proper one. Just really released that, and it's got something like 600,000 views or something mental like that, and like got us loads of subs. And then obviously the other one is the WoW solo in 2026, which is at like 64, 65k, something like that, which is by far the best for the channel for proper videos. Still have the occasional person comment on it moaning. I had one again today, morning saying, why are people playing an MMO if they want to play things solo? And I was like, because there's an option to do it, so they can. So why would they go and play a different game if what they want is in the game? And I thought he said it because it spars it for others or something. And that doesn't at all. People seem to act as if Blizzard is this tiny little company with about 5 people working on WoW. It's a massive company, Blizzard, and WoW's going to have loads of different departments doing different things. And if you don't like the solo stuff, don't do it. If it wasn't for the solo players, WoW would have died. The solo player is massive in WoW. In retails, anyway. I've been playing solo for years. You look at the comments on that video, loads of people are in the same boat. They're just sick of the toxicity. And ironically, it's funny, because that sort of comment is toxic in a way. Well, depends on how you phrase it. It's not always toxic if it's your opinion, it's how you go about it, isn't it? I always thought though they would announce Classic Plus at BlizzCon, but I think with it being the financial year runs, is it from March to March or April to April or something like that? So I wonder if that's why that they're doing it soon. I mean, sooner the better. If when they announced Vanilla, the 2019 one, it was massive in terms of they gave us loads of time. It wasn't, by the way, it's coming out next week. They gave us loads of time in advance, and that built even more sort of momentum for the game, because you had all the content creators making stuff and people excited, people booking off time for work, and that was part of the enjoyment in a way. It's the preparation for it all. And I used to listen to the Classic Cast with S-Fan, Tips Out and Stay Safe while I was playing BFA, because I remember exactly where I was for part of it when I was leveling. Which one is it? It's there, isn't it? No. There. That, I remember being there listening to it. We'll do this one, I think. This is this one we did on the rogue where it was mental slow? Yeah. I'll just quickly get that. Be quicker this time, though. And even quicker tomorrow. Sort of wish that Midnight was out in April. So we'd have a good 2 months. Oh, is this the one with the heal, isn't it? Careful, mobs heal here, don't get loads. Champions League tomorrow. We've got a team that's absolutely dreadful. We need to get a... We don't need to get a win because we're already through. Why did he put a warning for that? I think he means don't pull them. But just for confidence, they need to get a big one with loads of goals. We've got Leeds on the weekend. Now, Leeds, in theory, should be an easy game. We beat them 4-1 at the start of the season. But at home, it's a different story with Leeds. And the fact that we just... confidence so low. Like, we barely score any goals. Like, our strike force is terrible. Wide mark. I was wondering, I think it's a warning, don't touch them. Mobs that heal. Yeah. I thought that's what he was meaning, but... unless you know that they heal, you sort of wouldn't know why he's doing that. Guys puts, yeah, I know. But how's he meant to know you know? Yeah, no. This is quicker than last time. Remember when we did it before? Jesus. Stop that. Had to get a different group to begin with. I googled yesterday about leveling taking time, and I was reading in Reddit people kicking off about it. One person saying I think they got to like level 20 and just sort of gave up. What are they doing? Get him then. He said they were going to wait until tomorrow, which fair enough to a degree. If you've got other stuff to be doing. I ideally want this max level by next week. It's out, isn't it? Next week. It's come around quite soon now. Feels like. Rogue will have got the full blue set. And I got it one dagger. That's it so far. I don't know how much else I'll get. I'll maybe get the trinket. But other than that, not really that bothered. The Warlock's got just the head. Like I said earlier, it really doesn't matter on that because it's on a PvE realm. So I'm going to get gear from leveling. Like my mate said yesterday, because his druid is a few bars off 60, he isn't that bothered about getting gear either, because it means more when you're questing then, when you actually get an item, when it's an upgrade, instead of just getting XP. You look at an item and think, oh nice, I'll get a ring at the end of this, or a new head. Let's face it, everyone... Uh-oh. The items that everyone wants most are weapons, and then head, shoulders, chest, legs. Can I get out of Ruin? I can't, can I? I'll tell you what I do like though, is a nice trinket. Because you do get some nice ones which have like tasty effects at times. I like the passive ones more than the ones where you have to press them. So I'll end up forgetting.
We must press on and undo his foul work.
reading a bit of that Sylvanas book again yesterday. I've not really read enough of it. Just because I always feel like this is more productive making videos. But I also want to make sure I know as much about the lore as possible. I was thinking today about making a website. But I was like, what would I put in it? I thought what I could do is like have all the characters and do like a brief overview of them. And then also do like a full in-depth one. And then I've just like loads of different things. But maybe not just yet. Maybe there's other things to be doing. But I thought it'd be good though. I like to be kept busy. The ideas aren't the problem with me. The problem's having the energy to do the things. Once you've finished work or gym or whatever, it's not always being physically tired, it's the mental fatigue you get, of like brain fog. Like your best hours of the day are wasted normally for most of us doing something that we don't want to do. So the things we do want to do, we do half-baked. Not many people, I don't think, love their jobs, do they? Some are lucky and do. My stepdad was used to be a welder. And he loved it apparently. I think what he loved most though was the banter with his mates, or his work colleagues, whichever you want to call them. TPS is going to die. Living it. Stun all them. And with me, I'm in the office, I get in about 8 o'clock and I'll leave the office about 9:30, 10. So that's when I'm with everyone. But then when I go out to the rounds, I'm just with the one lad that I work with. But he's a good lad, to be fair. He's a keen worker as well, which is ideal. But they won't keep him on there for ages. Eventually they'll move him on. I would be happy to work with him indefinitely, really. He's happy with me going home from the rounds. So that's always a good plus.
Protect me.
Protect me. I wonder what the other things Blizzard are going to announce are. I think it was Hearthstone, Diablo and StarCraft. I heard something about them wanting to release 2 major games every year. Like, to me, I sort of get it's good to have a schedule, but I also think don't bother with things like that. Just it's ready when it's ready. Sort of like Grand Theft Auto to a degree. Obviously not as bad as how long that took, but work on it until it's as good as it can possibly be, then release it. Don't say, oh, it's going to be out in 2 years before you've even started, because then it might be subpar and you sort of rush things just because you're wanting to get it out. It seems a bit daft, but I know having a time frame can also speed up people's working to a degree.
Ashes to ashes, tide to tide. May your soul
But to make 2 big games is a lot. Oh crap. My bad. Oop, what's out of me? It's another. It's quite handy being able to attack from far away. Oh, I leveled up, nice. New dungeon unlocked, the Black Marastic, Arcatraz, and Magis's Terrace. Well, I'm not going to be able to do any of them because every time I queue for Burning Crusade, there's no queue. Oh, what's that? I'm not in Metamorphosis enough to warrant having a talent that goes specs into it. Maybe later, but not at the moment. Did that even do that then? I used that shift thing. She didn't feel like it did. What's that? Cannot benefit from primal rage or other similar effects. Fatigued. I weirdly had a lot of energy. Even now I feel alright. Normally I sort of start sagging after the gym. Oh, I was speaking about the Savannah spoke, wasn't I? Not a lot has really happened since last I spoke of that, where she found her parents. Well, she didn't find them, but she got told about their death, and when she went to investigate, they found hard arrows in them. So it wasn't just the Armani trolls, but the Horde had taken out arrows, so there was holes in them. But Nathanos recognised it. So apart from that, it's like not really much else has gone on. Her brother had asked to be trained by her because he's a musician, and she sort of said no, because she doesn't want him to get in harm's way. But I've not heard of him in the game, so I'm thinking he's going to die at some point. You've heard of her two sisters, Verisa and Ilaria, but not her brother, Larath. Been quite good so far though. Thing is, would I say that if it was somebody else? I'm maybe slightly biased because it's Sylvanas, and she's one of my favourite characters. Arthas Illidan. I like Garrosh. I've got his book over there as well. That needs reading at some point. This is why I need to win the lottery. So I can make content, work out, read books. It's some life, wouldn't it? I'm not one of those that's that bothered that goes on about travelling. So you see on dating apps. Walking on a Sunday and travelling. What the hell's that do? Am I avoiding that? Or do you not get close or something? I can't remember what you do here. I can't even see because that silence thing. What the fuck? No idea what you do there. I wonder if I'm going to die. One second left of that. Let me out of this. They nearly killed it. Or me, should I say. That's the problem with time walking dungeons. You have no idea sometimes what the mechanics are. I was thinking of, there's one boss where something like that happens like to two players and you have to stand next to each other. But I can't remember what that is. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't know what to do though. I won't pretend.
You turned against the tide.
How long's that heal take? Sorry, red.
You have been pulled underneath it.
Yes.
Something is not
Look at that. 326% better. It's like 3 more intellect.
Be wary, heroes. Some unseen evil still lurks.
Whee.
We must press on to remove its influence from the shrine.
Can I charge forward in the water? It's weird when you're playing it retail, but you go into the old zones. It just doesn't feel like the same game as when you're doing delves and stuff at max level. It still feels sort of like older WoW, but at the same time not. But when you're doing like high-end content, not high-end, but max level content, it just feels completely different. Or when you're busy doing delves or what have you.
By the Tide Mother. Do not listen to its whispers. This
Can I get out of here now?
to twist your souls.
Let me go. No path available? Yes, there is. Vozith the Whisperer. Why does he need to whisper? He must be saying things he shouldn't be if he needs to whisper them. I was going to get closer and use 4 there. Oh, this one took ages the first time we did this on the rogue. Someone died, didn't there? A person who died like twice. I need to stun that. Stop that. Losing a bit of health here, aren't I? Right, it's because that thing's attacking me. Stun that again. Huh. Didn't do it. Weird. Got a cooldown on the stun though, so don't see why it wouldn't. Right, now back to the boss. Still not had that. Metamorphosis at 43 now. Never get to use it barely. I preferred it when it was on a kind of cooldown. Oh. Silenced. Get out of there. He's going to do that thing again, isn't he? Yeah, Sam. I was hoping we'd get out of this before he did it again. Oh, nice, metamorphosis. Stop that. I'm pretty hungry. I'd absolutely love to just smash loads of naughty food in. I haven't got any like stuff like that in the house, but I'd love to. Just upset my stomach. I had a weird dream last night. I had a dream that I'd gone to the toilet and there was loads of blood in the toilet. I was taking a picture of it to show as evidence to my boss. I woke up like, what the hell? Granted, that has happened to me numerous times in the past, the bleeding part, with me having ulcerative colitis, but thankfully not for a while. Before I knew actually what I had, I used to go to the toilet at work and just go upstairs to the loo and just fill it full of blood before I found out what I had and got on medication. I used to go there, fill it full of blood, and then just feel absolutely knackered and then have to go and do my job. Fun times. Right, what's this? Just right.
You dare to interfere in my affairs. What makes
Not really good,
you
does.
think you can oppose
Right,
my
use your chance to
will?
parry. We'll go with that. Fireplace. Not need it. Everyone else does. We'll win it with a roll of 76. No. Does it mean if one of those days I could guess that right? I won't properly chew this because it'll be annoying, the sound of it. I always get these. I just help clear me out. Hall's clearing menthol action extra strong. I probably shouldn't have them when I don't need them all the time, but I just like how it feels. I'm from the same sort of thing as them, the Void Walkers. I'm using the same power as they are, I think. They're part of a law which doesn't really interest me, if I'm honest. I like the old law. When you look at that big map where it's got like holy, light, dark, void and all those things. Some of them just not that arsed by. When it sort of gets towards godlike powers, I just don't think they should be involved. In the best books I've read, they don't tend to be. You see the effects, you don't see the actual gods themselves. Even say with like Lord of the Rings, where you could argue that Gandalf and people like that are godlike figures, but they can't use godlike abilities on Earth. Or Middle-earth. We need 5 more of these bad boys. Funny, before we used to do just one zone at a time. It's not possible at the moment. Will be come tomorrow. It'll be day off from the gym tomorrow. Rest day. My last rest day was Thursday, maybe? I think. I used to barely have any. But it's not a wise thing to do, that. Especially the older you get. I mean, it's alright if you go in and you're doing, say, like mobility exercise, or you're doing like zone 2 cardio and stretching as your rest day, then it's fine, but you can't go all out smashing it. Contrary to what someone like David Goggins thinks. He's helpful for some people, but he can be a hindrance to others. It's good to have that mentality when you're actually working out, but not have that mentality all the time, because you will just end up hurt. It's different if your main job is an athlete, then fine. But even still, you need to know when to back off. That's one of the hardest things. Because if that's the main thing in your life, you feel like you're not progressing for the day. Like you've ticked the box. If you haven't worked out, that's often how I've felt, why I've always used to work out, because if I hadn't worked out, I just feel like the day hadn't been productive, whereas now it's different because of having the different YouTube channels. And I mean, in some ways, maybe I shouldn't have that need where the day has to be felt productive. I seen something the other day about, someone mentioned sometimes it's good on a Sunday just to have a day where you don't even leave your bed, and loads of people are agreeing. I thought, nonsense. I get where they're coming from. It's good to have a rest day, but not to just leave your bed and just sit and eat rubbish. Because I can guarantee the people who do that are not productive with their time 99% of it. It's not going to be people who do loads of stuff and then occasionally do that. Guarantee it. Because they'd feel too guilty and they wouldn't be able to stay in bed the whole day. I've never really been one for that, staying in bed. I love a nap, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't stay in bed all day. Being on the couch sometimes if I've been hungover. I don't know when the next time I'll have a night out is. I haven't got any planned. Try to have them as few as I can, but go to York when I do have them, because it's a better night out. Where I live poor, you literally go to 2 different bars, that's it. There are a lot more, but there's no one ever in them. Whereas people just gravitate to these 2 and then sort of go home. It's not even like they're that good. One of them is a Wetherspoons, so dreadful. And the other one's called the Potting Shed. It's not even got like a big dance floor either. Is this going to be the last one? No, it is not. This one where there we go. There's the bottom. Should have got a picture in that dungeon, really. Is that Terracar Forest I see? Certainly is. Not the egg one. The egg man. Do. I'll fly over there and come back. That seemed to work last time. Sort of. Actually, we could go over there and do this for a bit and then go back and there'll be loads more. Oh, someone's killing them. Nice one. Hopefully he's just killing these. Not after the eggs, but pretty sure there's not a quest for it. He's going to steal that egg, isn't he? Or can we both get... Ooh! Ding-a-ling. Your critical state? No. While in combat, generate 1 soul fragment. Nice. Right. That one. That's better. They seem like decent ones. Is that going to disappear or not? Oh, fucking hell it is as well. Uh-oh. Leather specialization. Increase your intellect by 5% while wearing only leather. That should be quite a bit then, surely. I suppose it depends how much you've got. 5% of nothing is nothing, isn't it? So when we were getting a pay rise and people thought it was good, I was like, it's not good. It's like, oh, because they were going by the percentage. I was like, yeah, but that percentage of nothing is nothing, isn't it? Like a footballer getting 1% pay rise would be a much more than, say, us getting 20. Obviously we didn't, but as an example. It used to not be a bad wage at Posty. When I first started it, and people asked how much I got paid per hour, and I tell them I can't even remember how much it is now, because I just get my weekly wage. I don't actually look at per hour. And people used to be like, "You get that for being a Posty?" Whereas like, it's just barely ever gone up. So now it's just terrible. The absolute dream would be to be able to make money from doing these channels. I'm sure I had a dream of that once. I think I was dreaming I was at my dad's house and I'd gone onto YouTube Studio and there was like a ridiculous number on it, like hundreds of thousands or something. I was just like sort of like, eh? So I jumped onto the computer at my dad's to check the YouTube Studio on there, and it just kept getting higher and higher. And I just couldn't believe it. And then I woke up, gutted. We've all had dreams like that though, where you've either won loads of money or you played for your football team or you were like a stunning bird and you wake up and you're like, oh my god, I've got to go to work. And none of that was real. I don't know which one's been the most depressing one to wake up from. I think it's probably one of the ones when I've played for Arsenal, been at the training ground or whatever, and then wake up and I'm like, oh, got to get up and be a Posty now. Not playing football for Arsenal. I've had it before where I've been able to control dreams, but not very often, and normally if I know it's a dream I can feel myself waking up. I've been able to do it I think at least 3 times, and I've like jumped up in the air and been able to sort of fly and see like loads of different things, but every time it happens I can sort of feel myself wanting to wake once I know it's a dream, and I've sort of managed to hold on sometimes. There was one point I was on my round in the dream, but one of my mates was in the same area, and I'd realised it was a dream because one, I shouldn't have been in that area anyway, actually in a different part of town, and why was this other lad there? And I went up to him and said, oh, this is a dream. And he was like, well, if this is a dream, I'm not real. And I was like, no, you're not, you're part of my brain. And I was like, watch. And I went up to this random guy and I asked him for something. I was like, oh, give me this. And it was something mental. Can't remember what it was. And he gave me it, and I was like, see. But basically, in the dream, I was obviously arguing with myself. And then I think I did jump up in the air and flew for a bit. And then I woke up. I've only been able to do that a couple of times. Remember, I read something about someone saying if you pinch yourself, not in a dream, but throughout the day, so many times a day, say like once every hour, so then when you're in a dream and then you pinch yourself, when it doesn't hurt, you then know it's a dream, so then you'll be able to control it. But obviously that would require you continuously pinching yourself all the time to then get it into a habit of when you do it in a dream. So that would be a bit mental. I suppose you could do it for a month. Oh, that was nice. They're quite powerful then. I suppose I'm in this form, aren't I? How much have we leveled today? 4? It used to be about 10, didn't it? 8 or 10 levels, I think. Because it was normally about between 8 to 10 episodes per character. We should start getting metamorphosis more though after that talent we got. So that's good. Doesn't feel like it lasts very long. I'm sure there's probably a talent that makes it last longer though. What was I going to do then? Oh, that was it. Oh, that increases stamina by 3. Better than nothing, isn't it? Haste. Stores your mana. I ain't got mana, but obviously we need the intellect. Oh, my gear is leather, isn't it? Yeah. I wonder if we've got any better heirloom. Or is it all just the same stats? Stamina. Demon Hunter. Devourer, yeah. Yeah, nothing else then, is there? Hold on. Can you not use a two-hander as a demon? I'm sure you can use a pole arm, can't you? Sure, I remember being on an undead one, having it. If so, I thought I had one. I guess not. Could be around there, wouldn't it? Where that sword is. Oh well. It was a nice thought while it lasted. Can't bother with that one. As you can tell why I've been avoiding it. Is that meant to be a phoenix? Nah, it wouldn't be, would it? It'd be all on fire. Actually, I don't know. Maybe. Ashes of Allah, that's more like a phoenix. Whoosh. It wasn't very good that time. 6. Oh no, I was going to say 6, 7 then. But you don't have to say that, are you? All the kids saying it. I don't know. I still don't know why they say it. Or why it's meant to be funny. Because some basketballer was 6'7". Why is that funny though? Weird. Right. Oh God. Hey, is this going to be the last? Are you going to give us it? I think they did, didn't they? And another one. Yes, sir. That's that one done. Let's have a look at transmog. I think I did something bad by mistake. I think I accidentally purchased that outfit there, look. I meant to, I was doing it differently. I thought like you could click on it, purchase it, and then put on what you wanted. But that's obviously not the case. And I can't afford to put out like that on. Because I only got hardly gold. So I wanted to make my own. But I purchased it by mistake. And I'm pretty sure now it's just, that is the saved one. Which obviously I don't want. And when if I try and change it to something else, I just wasted money. Oh well. Right, I'm going to leave that there because I'm going to get some food. And don't know what else I'll do. I think I'm just going to leave it till the weekend to work on that. Why the Horde is better. I've got a rough idea of what I'm doing. I'm more excited to start the wider what could WoW learn from Lord of the Rings. I think that could be quite an interesting one. But yeah, I'll be back on this tomorrow because obviously the pre-patch starts. So I'm intrigued to see how leveling will be then. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, sort of similar time. Enjoy your day today and tomorrow.